My name is Arvin. I'm 33 years old, born and raised in Tarlac City, Philippines. People say the province is peaceful, quiet, where nights are ruled by the hum of cicadas and the soft rustle of sugarcane fields dancing with the wind. But I know better, because I have seen something. Something that still haunts my dreams. Growing up, my weekends belonged to my grandparents. Every Friday afternoon, no matter the weather, I would ride my old creaky bicycle from our house to their home on the outskirts of the town. It wasn't far, just a few kilometers. But to me, it felt like a world away. At home, I was just another child, expected to follow orders, do chores, and never ask questions. But at Lolo and Lola's house, I was a prince. They spoiled me, fed me till I was full, laughed at all my jokes, even the bad ones. They loved me in a way that made me never want to leave. And so, rain or shine, day or night, I rode my bike. I was never afraid. The road home was familiar, the stretch of dirt path cutting through rice fields, the tall trees lining the edges, the occasional flickering of fireflies in the darkness. I was never afraid. Until that night. It was a Saturday night, and as always, I had overstayed. Lola had made my favorite dish, adobo, and Lolo had spent the whole evening telling stories from his younger days. The old grandfather clock struck 9 p.m., and I knew I had to leave. I didn't mind. I had ridden my bike home 100 times in the dark. The moon hung low, its light barely illuminating the road ahead. The crickets sang, the frogs croaked from the rice paddies, and the occasional distant bark of a dog filled the silence. Everything was normal, until I heard it. At first I ignored it. A faint sound blending into the night's usual symphony. Then I heard it again. A cry, soft, weak, a baby's cry. I tightened my grip on the handlebars. I had heard sounds like this before. Stray cats often wailed like newborns. But tonight, something was different. The cry was too real, too close. I kept pedaling, trying to shake the uneasy feeling creeping up my spine. But the crying followed me. It wasn't coming from one place, it was moving, keeping pace. And And then it changed. The soft whimper twisted into something else, something wrong. It didn't sound like a baby anymore. It sounded like laughter. I slammed the brakes. The bicycle skidded, the tires scraping against gravel. Dust rose around me, illuminated by the pale moonlight. Silence. The night was too quiet now. No crickets, no frogs, no wind. Just my breathing. Then ahead, just a few meters down the road, I saw it. A small bundle. A baby sitting in the middle of the dirt path. Its back facing me. My chest tightened. No, this isn't real. This isn't happening. I blinked. The baby was still there. Its tiny shoulders shook, body trembling as if cold. I swallowed hard. Who would leave a baby in the middle of nowhere? I should have left. I should have turned around and pedaled as fast as I could. But something pulled me forward. A whisper at the back of my mind, urging me to take a step closer. I did. And then the crying stopped. The baby froze. For a long moment, neither of us moved. Then, its head snapped around. It didn't just turn, it twisted. A sickening crack echoed in the night as its head rotated too far, its chin almost touching its back. And then, it smiled. Its mouth stretched too wide, splitting open from ear to ear, revealing rows of jagged yellow teeth. Its eyes, black, hollow pits, locked onto mine. I stumbled backward, my pulse hammering in my ears, my stomach twisted, my legs refused to move. Then the thing laughed, not a child's laugh, a deep, guttural, bubbling mockery of a laugh. I turned and ran. I lunged for my bike, hands shaking as I grabbed the handlebars. The moment my foot hit the pedal, I heard it. A low, scuttling sound. Not the sound of footsteps, something crawling. Fast. I dared not look back. I pedaled harder, legs burning, lungs screaming for air. But it was keeping up. The air grew thick with the scent of rotten meat. My skin prickled as the thing giggled behind me. It spoke. In a voice that was not human. I nearly lost control of my bike. The road blurred. The night stretched endlessly before me. Then just ahead, a flickering light. A house. I didn't hesitate. I turned sharply, leaping off my bike, slamming against the wooden door, pounding with all my strength. "Dad, open the door." Footsteps, a lock turning. The door flew open, and I stumbled inside, collapsing onto the floor. My father stood above me, his brows furrowed in confusion. "Arvin, what happened to you?" I gasped, my chest rising and falling, pointing outside. "Outside, there's..." But when I turned my head, the road was empty. Nothing. No baby, no creature. Just the quiet, swaying trees. A heavy silence filled the air. Then, a sound. A whisper. From the darkness beyond the trees. A faint, distant cry. The same cry I heard before. The same voice. The same creature. I never rode my bike alone at night again. But even now, as a grown man, lying in bed at night with the windows shut and the doors locked, I still hear it. That faint, distant cry in the wind calling my name. And I know it's still out there, waiting for me. For the next fool who stops to listen, for someone to pick it up.
Subscribe now.